Listen, friends, if the Lord is making you wait, then wait. Trust me, he's trying to show you something. Maybe he's trying to show you that you're not ready for what you're asking for.
How about this? How about you just stop playing in my face?
Olivia, what's going on? If I don't see you in the classroom right now, you're going to get in big trouble, okay? I'll be there in a second. I'm running late.
Nobody takes fucking pride in anything that they do, and I get it.
Because bitches be mad at other bitches that be looking pretty.
What's possible? Well, it's possible.
Baby, let me tell you something. When this money breaks down...
Garage.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that phrase? I was unfamiliar with it.
Garage.
Oh, he's got Riz Plus.
Between screeching into this microphone, between making cameo videos, I bet you I don't make $20 an hour.
That's not my job. So...
Guess what, hun? Your sister didn't answer the phone.
I'm a ditzy girl because I'm a fucking giggler. Oh, let me giggle. And the other guy, tell him to get the d out of his mouth.
I don't give a.
They can't put ketchup in the bag, and I'm rude for asking for ketchup?
Reasonable if the hair came from him, correct?
Peg leg ass. I don't do peg leg ass.
Why are you in a chat room with James's baseball team?
Because I'm doing my cape.
Correction, I teach at George Mason University, not Georgetown. That's correct. It is closed source.
Can I get some ketchup?
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
My God, what more do you want me to do? Do you want to blow for ketchup? You want me to throw neck for ketchup?
Absolutely, yes. That's an open source tool, but thank you. I
just came back from the dead and they told me, you still not that girl.
Oh, what do we have here? Oh, good morning. Good morning. It's me and Linda, Kenney, Baden.
It's Baden, but it's okay.
Baden.
Okay. Everybody gets it wrong. It's like, don't call me Dever.
Baden. Look at.
I'm behind a mask because I have no makeup on.
Neither do I. No,
Oh my God.
You challenged me to this. You said I think we should get ready.
Yeah, let's get ready before we do the show. Let's get ready together. You know, let's get ready together. So first we have to do our push-ups.
Oh God, on camera.
Well, I don't know. The problem is if I go down to do my push-ups, you won't be able to see me on camera.
Yeah, me neither. I'll get back up.
Yeah, but you won't be able to get back up. But I think we should at least do 5 to get the.
Should we do 5?
Yeah, let's do 5 to get the. Yeah, I was trying to post behind the scenes.
All right,
I'm tethered. Come on, you can go. You know, you can hear us. Right? Come on, you can get down the floor.
Right. You counting or am I
I'm down here. I'm down here.
All right.
We are here. Okay, so at least 5. 1. Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you do that? You okay?
I'm on 4.
All right, you got another one to go. I normally do 100 to start.
Well, oh, she normally does 100.
I normally do 100.
Oh, she normally does 100. Today for us, she'll do 5.
Well, I don't want you away from your show for like an hour.
I show up a half hour late about every day.
We're pretty much on time. I try to post it behind the scenes here because I have so much stuff, so to speak.
I got my stuff. I got. How many things do you have? Because I have.
How many things? Here's us now. Here's us now. I really feel this is like really bad because I feel like when I'm doing this, I'm sexually assaulting this doll.
No. Well, that's
okay. I've got to put it on a look. It's the.
She's beautiful.
She is beautiful. That's us. This is us before we start. We're beautiful even before we start. Right?
I'm going to start. I got to put my mask on.
Okay. We're going to do our mask first. Okay.
I got to do my mask.
All right. Let's do our mask. Okay.
Everyone's saying you look great.
Let's do our mask.
I'm not hearing a lot of I look great.
No, really? I don't know.
I'm hearing a lot of you look
great.
Your
mask. Let's you have your, I'm going to put my hair in clips. All right. We'll
I don't have clips. I just use the old cigarette mom look with the towel over my head.
Well, you know what? We did it. I like your color. Your mask is good. My mask is like, look at this. Oh my God, it's all over my dress now. Shoot. All right, that's not going to be good.
This is gonna get rid of our poor face.
We don't have poor face. We have. Oh my gosh! You know what I did? Because I can't read it when I don't have my glasses on. There we go. My glasses on.
What'd you do?
I actually asked ChatGPT to give me some examples of novels where they talk about people's looks and what they mean, and it did give me. Except that.
What'd you get?
Okay, so it gave me. Oh, let's see this one. Hold on, let me find a good word. Well, it starts with some really old stuff. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, right?
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right.
Her hair was dark and her eyes were brown and her nose somewhat large, but her face had an expression of delicacy and thoughtfulness. Is that us? Do we have an expression of delicacy and thoughtfulness?
I hope so.
Okay. And it said, would you like more?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. You getting caught up? Did she leave us? She might have left us. Oh my God, they took her. Guys, the poor face took her. Look at our Linda. Look at our Linda there, frozen in time. Look at her. All right, I'm at 6 minutes, 37 seconds. I can leave this on for 10. She'll be back. Linda, hon, just come back in, hon. Just come on back in. Poppy, all I got to do is come on back in. She's good. She does this sometimes. She always plays this game on me where she pretends like it's frozen. All right, Lindy. She'll be back. Yeah. So I'm like, she's like, well, what do you do in the morning? And I'm like, well, it's a class. Like we hang, we read, whatever. And she was like, do you think we could like do our, like put on our stuff, like get ready? And I was like, yes, absolutely. Where's my phone to make sure to see if she calls? Phone somewhere. She'll make it. Well, Lindy. Do you guys know how cool she is? The more I learn about her, the more I look into her. We're lucky. We're lucky to have her on these YouTube streets. Like lucky. She's done case. She did Phil Spector's case with Alan Jackson, against Alan Jackson. Like, come on, how cool is she, guys? She's back. What happened, hon?
What happened? We went on generator. I'm in the country. We went on generator power.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I am now connected to Elon Musk by Starlink because
you'll be taken.
And I'm going to be taken. And then this could happen again. So it could happen again, and I'll just have to wait and see what happens. But
Listen,
right now,
we're playing it by ear. We're huffing it.
This is right. Well, this is pretty good. I was reading Charlotte. I was reading Jane Eyre, and all of a sudden, anyhow, this passage conveys her status as a poor orphan, emphasizing inner qualities rather than outward beauty. Okay, so is that us?
Oh no!
Oh no! Okay.
That's sad.
It's very sad. And then there's Pride and Prejudice. Jane Austen. The physical features of characters are used to subtly suggest their social status without racial overtones. And it says in the novel, Mr. Darcy is described as the following. His features were not handsome, but they were fine, and his eyes were keen and red like those of a man who had never been poor.
Read that last one more time.
I don't understand this one. His features were not handsome, but they were fine, and his eyes were keen and red like those of a man who had never been poor.
Red.
I know. Right. Well, we can do some red eyes later on. We can see
red eyes.
I never heard about red eyes make you never poor. Anyhow, that must have been a thing at that time. Okay, that must have been a thing. So anyhow, so there's a lot of besides aristocratic toe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aristocratic toe. So yeah, we're doing the mask. We've got this mask on.
Now, I do know that in like Disney movies, especially with Aladdin with Jafar, that they over accentuate negative features of villains. So like, because they were Arabs and like he had the big nose, but Aladdin didn't have a big nose. So the negative features, I know, like Ursula was big and chunky and fat. So any kind of negative feature for a villain, I know they would over accentuate.
So that's how they did it. That's really shitty. Anyhow, so we're gonna actually open the board because we're gonna start with a picture. Hold on. The board. We'll start with this top left picture. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get it in.
I can see it.
Right there. Right up there, and I have a smaller one too. This is Helen Mirren getting her makeup on. I thought.
Is that for your role?
This is my friend Bill Kitzrow, who I play poker with. He was at a garage sale in Las Vegas or Long Island. I forget which one because he lives in both places. And he came across this photograph which he bought for me. It's framed, and it says Helen Mirren, and it's from 1998. And she's getting ready for a movie part. She's putting on her makeup. So I thought we could channel her a little bit by doing this morning.
That's what we're doing. That's what my
that's
boobs
what we're
look
doing.
like.
That's well, I was going to tell you to that we had a dress like this, but I do have layers of clothing on. Anyhow, so I thought we'd start by channeling this, and this is what we're doing. We're channeling this. This is kind of like a vision board, isn't it?
Yeah.
That we put together. Yeah, it's it'll get. There's a lot more hanging under here, so I'm throwing this down on the floor right now. All right, so that's she's down on the floor because she's up here. She's up here.
All right, so those of you who don't know, Helen Mirren portrayed the great Linda Baden.
You can say Linda Kenney. I mean, I got the name, but I've lost my identity.
I was also thinking LKB.
LKB is what everyone calls me. Everyone
like
calls
LKB.
me LKB. Yeah, everyone calls me LKB.
So I've spent the past 2 days diving deeper into your history, into all your greatness, and I was just informing the people that I think we're blessed to even have you on these YouTube streets with us.
Well, no, it's interesting that we start. Michael Bryan and I started this YouTube channel. It's like our second job because it's what is this? There's a fruit fly in here. It's coming to visit, and you know how much time it takes. You know how time it takes to do this, right?
It's like crazy.
People don't realize it. It's even here again. I was trying to post pictures behind the scenes. Didn't get to. If I could do them, that would be great.
So when you were on Law and Crime, the people were doing all the other behind the scenes stuff for you?
Right, they did everything for you. But you know what? You just kind of it taught me great skills, and I'm so appreciative because the first time I had to host a show and have I had the IFB. This is an IFB in my ear, and people talking to you and listening and all. I came home and I said, trying a murder case is easier. I don't know if I can do this. I had to go to sleep for like 8 hours. I was exhausted, right? And all. But it taught me great skills of how to host and how to do this other skill that I now have, which not only can I try a case, which is really what I love. That's my love. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about in terms of work. But now I can do this, and it doesn't scare me. I can do interviews. It doesn't bother me. And I can put together a show. And Michael Bryan is so great because he has so many years of practice, both as being a lawyer and in the news business, that he knows how to do all the stuff that I don't, like just cutting clips, cutting, breakouts and all that kind of stuff, which he can do in a flash. And he loves to be on the road. If you saw, we made 17 trips up to Canton. He made 17 trips up to Canton for Karen Reed. And that's how we got to know everybody up in Karen Reed, because being one-on-one and talking to people, which we're doing now without makeup and natural, right? Although I do have my Just to Serve TV merch on.
So is that a shirt? Is that the regular shirt? I was looking at your merch and I was looking at the magnets and I want to get a shirt.
Yeah. Which one do you want to get? Shirt? I love the shirt. This is actually a crop top. I don't know if you're going to wear a crop top.
Why not?
You could, yeah. They run big. So if you're going to get one, get it.
What is that supposed to mean? What if I wanted them to run small?
I don't know. I like them to run small. I have a fruit fly in here, and it's after.
Your crawlers?
Yes. All right. We stopped and we got crawlers. I said, I need a box of 12. They said, we don't have 12. I said, give me what you got. And I got up there, And they had it. By the time I got up there, they had one chocolate.
Hell
We have
yeah.
a box. We have a box of Dunkin' Donuts French clothes. And I was so upset. I heard Michael Bryan's friend owns 3 Dunkin' Donuts. Who knew? I said, why are you holding that back from me? I worked at Dunkin' Donuts in high school, and I made the donuts. Okay, I actually made the donuts. That's why I love the donuts.
And that was back then. You had to punch them, right?
You had to punch them. Yep, and filled and all that kind of stuff. He says they're all now made in a central factory, 3 central factories, and then they're frozen and they're shipped to the stores, and the stores do whatever they do to heat them up and put them out. So,
you can kind of
we
tell.
have it, but it doesn't matter. It's still French.
Doesn't matter.
All right, and then of course I have my Dunkin'. They're going to replace this soon. This is the mango tea.
Do you like the refresher? Do you like it?
Yeah, I love the refresher. I love.
There's a new blueberry one. I don't know if you're a blueberry girl.
No, I'm not. You try that?
I'm a blueberry girl. Yeah, I like it with soda water.
There's a new pink one. And then, of course, this is like all complete sugar.
Yeah, those, I saw you drinking those. You've drank those before.
Yeah, and because they're easy to use on the show. It's hard to do. What I really like, and what we'd have right now, coffee. I'd have I'd have a dirty matcha. This is matcha tea, and you put the coffee with the matcha. This is actually jasmine matcha. I love matcha. I just went to a matcha workshop. I made a matcha bowl. It's so bad. It's called something or other. I'll think of it because it's so bad. It's like so bad.
Well, more caffeine than coffee.
It's more caffeine. It's more caffeine than coffee. Matcha has more caffeine than except for espresso. Espresso is the only thing that has more caffeine. Okay. Matcha has so much caffeine. As a matter of fact, the other one I have, which I didn't bring down, is a samurai matcha, and that's what they used to use before they went. Samurais went. They had a whole service where they drank the matcha because there was so much caffeine. It got them ready for war. That's what I learned from this workshop, and it's actually called samurai matcha.
I think it might be just like the kind that I've had, but like to me, they always taste like seafood, like seaweed.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd have to. This is
okay.
This is a little bit lighter because it's got the pink matcha jasmine.
That's Linda's weed for those of us who are wondering.
Yeah. So if you want to make a dirty matcha and you make a matcha cream on the bottom with, and then you put your regular hot coffee in, it could even be espresso, and then some matcha cream on top and throw some on, and then you're not really drinking matcha. You're just kind of like tasting it. You're getting the caffeine.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
I got a question.
Sure.
And this is just from my observation and my deep dive into you. When did you start and how did you learn how to like perform and speak in front of people, and the confidence that you have is unbelievable. You walk into a room, people can feel it. My
dad was responsible for this actually, because my dad was an Italian immigrant, off the boat. And he wanted 2 boys, and he said he had 2 girls, and my sister wanted nothing to do. I don't know. Joan's probably not up. It's too early. My sister wanted nothing to do with the law, and he wanted somebody to be a lawyer. And I was like, yes, that's me. I wanted to be a lawyer since before I was born. I want to be a lawyer. So my sister walked out of the LSATs. I went, and I just like, this was it. And all I wanted to do was be a trial lawyer. So all I wanted to do was be a trial lawyer.
But how do you know so much about so many different topics? Because you're so well educated.
I read, and my mentor was a lawyer named Robert Ansell, who actually left the law. He tried like a number of cases. He was great. He left the law to play drums for the love of his life, and he knew everything. And like so, instance, if you have a case that involved at that time. A copy machine, I guess it was a Xerox, right? And so you bought one, and you took it apart, and you learned everything there was to know, and then you put it back together again. You took everything apart, and you read about it, and you knew before you went into trial. So that's how you learn. You learn, you just don't go into trials not knowing all this stuff. You have to read and know and learn. And that's why I tell people that everything you do, even this that we're doing, this, we have our mask on, right? You get a question, you get something that comes up. And by the way, I don't know, I use like these cotton towels to take it off. I don't wash it off.
So yeah, I'm 3 minutes over my allotted time. Okay. I have to go get a face club. I'll be right back. But you take over, you can yell at the people. This is your house, okay?
All right, no problem. We're taking over. We've already been down. We've already been down on the floor doing our push-ups to start to get some.
I'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. So I've been trying to post this behind-the-scenes pictures. I'm now on, as I said, backup of all things out in the country. We've had big rainstorms. I don't know about you, but on the East Coast, we've had huge rainstorms, and the generator went on. So in the middle of trying to post these pictures, the generator went on, and I kind of lost them. I was trying to do them to X Twitter, which would be my account, KENNEYBADEN. So you can see what my studio looks like here with kind of this mess. And I know, as you know, we started, we think that she's beautiful, but we're starting as the Bride of Frankenstein, Jimmy and I. And we wanted to give you a look into a day, unfettered and not afraid. We're not afraid. I mean, right? Everyone that wakes up with is gorgeous in the way you wake up. You don't really need makeup, but for TV, people kind of think you kind of need makeup. Or if you go into court, they kind of think you kind of need makeup. But I kind of like Pamela Anderson. She's been on this no makeup binge for a while, right? And she's gorgeous. All right? Don't get your hair dirty with that mask because you'll never get it off. You'll never get it off. So anyhow, so I use these clean towels, they're called. And they're 100% cotton. And so we just want to pat.
I've never started a stream before. Poor face. Oh my God.
Right? But look at you. Your face has got color. And then we have
Irish poor pores.
No. I'm Italian. We can't be Irish poor pores. I'm Italian.
Not you.
And so here we are. Then so as your mask off, because then I don't like anything but like cotton, so I use the Sephora cotton gauzes. And I'm not. You can do whatever you want. I'm not touting anything. I don't get any money from any of this. So you're taking that off. I'm going to take something called from Biologique Recherche. It's called Lotion P50W 1970. They're stopping making it because it has an ingredient in it which is not supposed to be healthy for you.
Ooh, what ingredient?
I don't know, but they said it was some kind of ingredient. All right, and I honestly don't know what it is, but it stinks. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. All right. So whatever it is, it stinks. But I'm just gonna, because you're using water, I'm gonna just pat here.
Well, that was only step one. That was just the beginning.
Yeah, this is just the beginning. So we're actually step one was getting on the floor and doing our
step
push-ups.
one was the push-ups.
Step one was the push-ups.
You did 5% of your normal push-ups.
I'll finish later on.
Stop it! Will you really?
Yeah, of course. And I do my push-ups and I'm gonna do my planks. And then I have this up here in the country because I don't have a gym. It's a cabin. I have this little machine called a DB machine, which actually was touted by the Kardashians. It's going to go away. Oh, this stuff stinks. That's why they're getting rid of it.
DB?
A DB machine, and it's good for your glutes and all. And so I do about 100 of those, and then I do yoga. I live next to a yogi. She's not just a yoga teacher. She's a real yogi. She is trained by the Dalai Lama. She spent months with him, and she's 16 years, and she goes on silent retreats for 4 times a year where you can't talk to her, text her, anything. She's just completely silent for 10 days, 4 times a year. I mean, she's truly a yogi. I mean, so I've been taking lessons from her, and I said, look, I'm not one for meditation. I mean, this is not my personality. So she put me into one of these poses and talked to me. And before I knew it, I was sound asleep and snoring. I was snoring. That's what I was told. I was snoring. I say I don't snore, but apparently I did.
I snore.
I was so sound asleep. So how are you taking your face now? Are you patting any kind of like?
This is toner.
We're losing something.
I lost you for a second.
Yeah, that could be. And when the generator goes off, or Starlink decides that the satellite's not here, I'm going to have to get back on. So, but I'm not leaving you.
Fine. I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
I'm not leaving you because we have to get ready with this, because I don't know if you can see up here. This is actually a Cat Rules the Earth tarot deck.
I saw the cat tarot. I don't know if that was the one that you were telling me about with your friend.
No, yes, Cat Rules the Earth Tarot deck. I actually bought this on Kindle, okay, because the cards would take too long to get there. But I printed out some of the stuff that I thought that we could read after.
Oh, I would love to
go through because of your cat, right?
Yes.
And the closest I could find once we got to the Minor Arcana with the swords was this. This is not quite your cat, but you know, the closest I could find that may resemble. Is this your cat? Well, there you go.
That's Sweet Potato. I could see it.
So, all right. So we had these on. This is actually where I train lawyers. Sometimes we come up here and they're trained how to try a case. And I watch them and they have to actually try or do a cross-examination. And I'm big on exhibit boards. If you watch Jose Baez too, we try cases together. We like the old-fashioned exhibit boards and to put up. And that's why it was interesting that Alan Jackson used those boards behind him, because when I tried Spectre, as you saw, well, you may have not seen, but behind me was a PowerPoint for my 6 hours of my closing. Yeah, there was always a slide behind me on a PowerPoint. When I did the closing aspect, we'll have to move that board.
So what was interesting, and I'm new to cases. Hold on. And
really?
This is a classroom. Yeah, I'm new. So let me yell at these people really quick. So this is health teacher, guru, life lesson artist, Linda. Okay. Midlife mania. You don't know this lady? Okay, bitch. Look her up and then feel stupid. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say.
You can go to LindaKenneyBadenLaw.com, read my resume, or you can go to Linda Kenney Baden, which I don't keep up, which is kind of like the Helen Mirren stage of my life. What are you eating?
Oh, no. These are eye patches.
Okay, you're doing eye patches.
I got a whole setup, hon. I got a whole setup.
Okay, so I am actually doing caffeine under the eye. This is really caffeine. You could actually, this is an expensive one. This is Lipomase by Biologic Recherche, but you can just buy. I like a company called The Ordinary, and they sell just the eye. It's because all it is caffeine. That all these companies are selling you for like $50 in your eye patches, right?
The company's called Ordinary.
Ordinary, right?
All right. How come
and if you look at everything they have all the stuff. If the thing to do is to go and look at the ingredients of the good stuff, and then see if you can duplicate it, because some of this is expensive. And your eye patches, I bet you have caffeine in them.
It is expensive.
Okay, so put your eye patches. One thing that I like. Put your eye patches on, because I'm doing the same thing, but they're not a patch. Okay, I'm doing the same thing, but they're not a patch. As a matter of fact, you're gonna find that I actually put together my own, and I had this thought that I would try to do this as a line of an all-purpose glow, but we're going to talk about that after when I have it on.
Okay, yeah.
Can't buy it.
Fill me in.
You can't buy it, but it has everything in it. It has vitamin C, niacinamide, I can't pronounce it.
Spell it?
It's like a niacin type base thing. It really gets your blood flowing. We have lactic acid, we have vitamin E, we have squalene, which I really think is fabulous. Squalene, vitamin E, which we're going to put on. Here's some of that later on. It has heliochrome, which is a big ingredient in a lot of the London products, and it has carnelia, which is what Chanel uses in some of their products. Not this one. This is an older Chanel product, but it's done by a dermatologist, and it's one of the cheapest ones, and it's a sensitive skin cream, and it's really good for the value of the price for the money that you get, because by the time you buy all the stuff to make your own, you really can buy that. But I like to make my own. So now you have the patches on. I have the caffeine on. But look, where's your?
How did you make it?
I bought all the ingredients on Amazon.
Okay.
Okay, bought all the ingredients on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm taking notes. All right, I'm gonna situate my hair while I do this.
Yeah, not situate, because we're doing our hair last. Our hair is gonna be last. Well,
actually, but it's dry, and I want a little bit. I want to put a little leave-in conditioner in that.
Okay, leave-in conditioner.
Oh, she's gone. She left. She hates us. She's out. Guys, Linda.
I went for a second.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. You're back.
You know what it is? I think it's because when the satellites go, because I'm on the backup Starlink right now. When the satellites go, now I could probably try to get back on the regular, but when the satellites disappear, I disappear. Thank you, Elon.
Yeah, thank you. So you got your sense of confidence in being a lawyer from your dad.
From that, and so he said, I wanted to be a cheerleader, too. I also wanted to be a cheerleader because I love the athleticism. And he said, no, you're not going to be a cheerleader. You're going to journalism or debate club. When I was young, and I said,
he gave you 2 options. I read, right?
Yeah, two options. And I said, I don't know. I want to be a journalist, but I don't really want to do that for a living. I think I'll go into debate club. And I was really good. And Catholic school, we came in, I think we won. Did we come in third or did we win the nationals? I think we came in third in the nationals, but I was really good speaking on my feet.
Red Bridge Catholic?
Red Bank Catholic.
Red Bank Catholic. Okay.
Yeah, Red Bank Catholic. I'm a New Jersey girl through and through. Yay, Red Bank. Red Bank is a great town. So that's how, and that's it. So there I was. I went, I debate, and I can stand up. I'm not fearful of anything. And when I left law school, I mean, there weren't many. Now there's like tons of women, but any women who left law school, they were shoved into family law. Not that family law isn't important. It's extremely important. It's very important. Look at all the people that get killed over like custody issues that we probably get.
Was she taken? She was taken by Elon.
The Adelson.
You're back.
I'm back. You'll probably cover like the Adelson. I mean, all these cases. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be a criminal defense trial lawyer. I wanted to be a trial lawyer, and I wanted to be a civil rights lawyer, and that's what I did.
I don't know if I'm going to cover like. I don't know. I'm not like a true crime person, but I've come to realize that I am like a courtroom person. Like that's what I love is the courtroom. Like
that's it. That's the theatrics. Courtrooms are nothing more than a Broadway play.
You ain't fucking kidding. When I was watching you up there,
courtrooms are a Broadway play. Every move you make is just as Alan Jackson said. Alan Jackson, when he was talking in his interviews, said that nothing was done by accident. Everything that was said was said purposely. Mm-hmm. Everything that you say was said purposely. Everything you do in a courtroom is purposely. Every time you're sitting. That's why when I love to watch courtrooms, and I was looking at that Koberger, like who really wants to sit next to him, right? I mean, I could understand that. But as a criminal defense attorney, from the first moment you walk into a courtroom with your client, you're sending a message. And if you don't look like you love your client and your client is innocent, no one else is going to think your client's innocent. So you better be, if you're going to take a case for a client and you think your client is innocent or innocent of the top charge, which people don't realize that sometimes clients are not guilty of this prosecutors who just like overcharge. And we just saw it, right? And Reed, I don't know, it was assuming, even if you thought she was guilty, charging her with murder? Are you kidding me? So I mean, right. So your job is really hard. But the cases that I do is because I really believe in them. And I'm doing a lot of civil cases right now. There's nothing out there in criminal that's really interesting to me right now.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I'm new to this whole thing. Because I saw for the closing arguments that you did for Spectre, for Phil Spectre, it was all 3 of you guys that did it.
No, I did the closing arguments alone.
What did I see? What did I watch? The bigger guy.
Yeah, you watched no, Bruce. That was the opening. We split the opening.
Oh, okay.
Because Bruce technically was lead counsel for about 3 days. Bruce was Bruce. And Phil hired Bruce, really, and I told this story in the past, and I had permission to tell the story, which is why I could tell it, is that he went through a number of lawyers, and I had just come back from being the backup and putting together the whole Jason Williams forensic case in New Jersey, and I only used the name Kenney. He did not know I was married to my husband. And he wanted, he wanted me because he wanted the person who was responsible for getting Jason Williams not guilty with the gun issue. And he had been through a number of lawyers, including Leslie Abramson, who's a great lawyer. I mean, but she and Phil just at that point didn't get along. So he felt that he needed somebody who didn't honor the system, that worked outside the system, that basically, gave the middle finger to everybody. because he felt that he played by the rules, he was going to get convicted. And I told him that was not the case. You can play by the rules and not get convicted. All right. And we kind of proved that. Of course, then he got that other counsel after me who was just, in my opinion, tried a terrible case and just terrible. He came to meet with me and I told him, you can't do that. First of all, it's not true. Second of all, you're going to get him convicted with that. And that's saying that Lana Clarkson killed herself intentionally, that it was an intentional suicide. But he went with it. And I know Philip was very upset. Philip wanted me to come in. Philip wanted me actually to come in and give the closing argument on the second trial. I said, Philip, I can't do that. I haven't been in the trial,
Right.
So I just went out there for moral support. I was in the courtroom, and AJ came over to see me and all, and said, "Yeah, I got to do it again. You didn't." I said, "I know." I said, "So and AJ and I developed a friendship because even though you go through the wars, what people don't understand, even though you go through the wars with these people, unless they're really idiots like Hank Brennan was, right? You'd rather go have a drink if you drink, or a cup of coffee if you drink coffee or tea with them than you would with anybody else. Because going through the wars in one of these trials is an experience that you can't duplicate when you're both a prosecutor and a defense attorney. People become your friends generally, unless they're idiots or criminals for life who try cases with you or even against you. Some of my best friends are people I've tried cases against. So how's your caffeine doing here?
Good. I got a few more minutes with it. I got about 3 more minutes. I saw that you did say, like, don't overcomplicate it. Don't go in asking all these questions. Okay, Lana killed herself. Then you got to ask why, blah, 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 blah. Keep it as simple as you wanted to keep everything simple.
Simple. Absolutely simple. Absolutely simple. And cases, interestingly enough, the way they start are usually the way they end. When you see a case, the way it starts, the way you see it is usually what it is. I mean, you can get all the discovery in the world, but it's usually what it is. And I'm going to bring you through, since you followed Reed, the arm, right? O'Keefe's arm. Mm-hmm. That was it. That's the case, right? That's the case right there. Simple as that. In Phil's case, it was his jacket with no blood on it.
Right.
On the shooting arm, on the alleged shooting arm. That's the case. And you can't overcomplicate these because
fucking Starlink. She better come back because I am zoned in right now. Good morning. I'm zoned. We'll wait for you, LKB. We'll wait.
I'm back.
All right. Welcome back.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Elon.
Thank you, Elon.
Everything is thematic in a case. It's just like right now we're talking, right? But we're talking, doing our makeup, but we have themes that are running through your morning show. Here, our themes are, we're natural. We're showing people what we do. We're going to have some fun with your tarot cards, but we have a theme. And the theme is you asking me questions while we're doing this other stuff, right?
Right.
So everything in a courtroom is thematic, and Alan is absolutely correct. By the way, I texted Alan after, and he texted me back a couple times. So congratulating him. I won't tell you what he said. That I'll leave him to tell you what he told me one day. When he gets to interview, when I can share that. But everything is thematic. Everything is thematic. So it's like a Broadway show. And also, if you don't get that jury right off the bat, right, they're not going to listen to you. The most important thing is picking the right jury who will listen to you, and then giving them something to listen to right off the bat. Because if you don't, it's like going to a Broadway show. Again, I'm going to use that because you're nothing but a producer in a courtroom. You walk out, right? If you don't like the show, you walk out. If you're reading a book or a magazine, let's see. I just pick up Vogue here. Just came in. Let's see what is Vogue. Sharon Burton takes charge as Givenchy. Okay, all right. This probably is kind of interesting. Or is there an article in Garden Gun? Picking that up.
Who's that on the front?
Trombone Shorty. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Trombone. That's the one thing. Anyone who follows music, if you like music and all, the Beatles are great, but the one thing is they took the horns out of music for years.
Mm-hmm.
And the horns are now back in, and I think horns are great. But if you don't give them right from, like you're reading, what novel do you want to read? Oh, well, here. Let's see. I just happen to have The Gallery of Skeleton Justice. And actually, this is The Gallery of Remain Silent here. That's The Gallery of Skeleton Justice. All right. My first line in this, in chapter 2, and I'm going to go to chapter 2, and then I'm going to go back for a reason. Go back where you belong. Well, that's kind of like harsh, right?
Okay.
And it's harsh because the first chapter began, the harsh buzz of the doorbell shocked the knife out of Annabelle Fiore's hand. And, why is she holding a knife? Why would the doorbell shock her? If you don't get people in the first line of the first chapter of a book, you can forget it. You're never going to go back and read it, or you're not going to look at the movies. What movie did you last put on, or show, or series?
Movie that I last watched, Phil Spectre.
Yeah, okay. But you watched that for a different reason. Let's go back behind that, the previous one that you decided to elect to watch because you wanted to see it. What did you watch? And then turn right off because you didn't like it. I know it wasn't Don't Fuck with Cats. All right.
It was not. I watched that a while ago. The last thing I watched, and then turned it off because I didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay, we can think about that. This is not a test.
I know, but I need an answer now.
Well, do you have your crawlers, or you don't have your crawler with you?
I had an early, a nice
breakfast. You had a good breakfast.
Yeah.
How about me? This is what I'm eating when I'm doing these shows. Twizzlers and dots. My diet on these shows is like terrible. Okay.
I love candy.
Yeah, you love candy.
I love candy.
Yeah, I don't really like these. This is I like Reese's peanut butter cups. If you must know, the Twizzlers, dots, and Reese's peanut butter cups. Okay, so because all day you're sitting on did you say on Read? Did you watch it all day? Did you do all day shows on Read?
Well, would I sit here and cover them? No, because I like to watch no interruptions, no outside influence kind of thing.
Okay.
Especially Trial 1.
It's Trial 1 because it has all the characters who didn't testify in Trial 2, right?
Obsessed. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
What about you?
We want to go back and do that. We haven't had time. We want to go back and do some of that testimony. Because Jen McCabe's on that trial, the first testimony was like, you can't replicate it. You just can't, Well, the Trial 2 had some interesting characters. You had the woman with the hair covering.
She was in Trial 1.
Yeah, she was in Trial 1. She was in Trial 1, but I thought she was more, I don't know, upfront in Trial 2.
Oh, she was more herself in Trial 2 for sure.
Yeah. I love it. I love the little bunny on the bottom.
One of the viewers sent me this, and I printed it out and colored it in.
I love it. That's great.
I love Jessica Hyde.
Oh my goodness.
What did you think about Jen, Trial 1 versus Trial 2?
She was just so she was so different, except for the fact that we in Trial 1, we didn't get the fact that she lied to that other organization, that outside agency, called the FBI, but Judge Beverly Cannoni wouldn't let that come out. That was so wrong of her not to let that come out. I mean, we didn't get that in Trial 1. We never got the fact that we got her personality. But quite frankly, I loved in Trial 2 that she lied to the FBI. Oh, that's my sister. I mean, to me, that was like, okay, we got her personality in Trial, but that was the height. That was the height. And the other woman, what was her name now?
Carrie Roberts.
Carrie Roberts, right? Who quote, she just didn't understand the question to the question.
I misunderstood the question.
I misunderstood the question. Yeah. Somebody told her to say that because that way she could be charged. Oh my gosh, I just got noticed that my Spectrum service is out. No shit, Ollie. Okay. No. I've been on 2 different Wi-Fi's and they be attached to my phone. But 2 different
Wi-Fi's. You're on a
so now what are you doing there? Because I have a recommendation for you.
Go ahead.
This is actually kind of expensive, but it's Lolabo.
Can I see it a little up closer?
It's a French. It's now owned by Americans, but it was French. But it's called beard oil, And so I'm just going to put it on my face because I don't have a beard, but because it's oil. But it's if you ever want to like splurge because you want that special look, you know, it's really good. I recommend it to my girlfriends. I've even given it as gifts, even just because if you want a light face oil under your makeup, it's pretty good. Now you don't need. Look at you. You're all like done up already. I have a long way to go. All right. So I had just bought this. I just bought this thing that's actually a cheaper company, and it turned out I absolutely love it. Now I dropped, of course, the sponges underneath here. This is such a mess. My whole office here is a mess because I have makeup from everywhere, right? So you don't need this, but I need to put this, and I have a sponge.
Oh yeah, Melanie taught me about that.
Yeah, these little sponges. This I don't use, you can use a regular concealer. This is a regular concealer. This was a gift, but I can't read who this was by. I forget who this was by. This was a gift for me. But I use this Derma Blend, which is supposed to be a makeup, but I just use it for under eye, okay?
Oh yeah.
But I've got this new company, Luminescence, that I found on the internet, and it actually came under an Instagram. If I could open it, it'd be helpful. It actually came under Instagram. It's pink. It's like a pink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could do pink or light, and then sometimes they have green for different ones.
They have green. I don't use the green. They said the green counteracts, but I use. So you don't need to. I actually put it on the top of my eye too.
I try it all. I try everything. Why not?
Try everything. Why not? I mean, you try it all because you never know. See what works. So I mean, this is kind of.
I also feel like sometimes at like different stages.
But you know what? But you should like bring. You actually, what people don't know, you should bring it up here, because you want luminescence up here. All right. So now right now it's just under my. I haven't blended.
Okay.
So you don't need to do that because you.
No.
But you
some
could.
of these whores out there might be taking notes.
Yeah, you could. Okay, and then you can put this is a blending powder. This one's pink. You can use any blending powder, cheap, expensive. This one's pink. We're going to blend this a little bit, not all the way yet. I'm just gonna do a little bit, because then we're going to bring this kind of like down.
Oh, by the way, well, actually, now to answer your question, when you said what's the last thing that I put down,
Yeah.
I put down. So yesterday during the afternoon, I read, and we're doing chapter by chapter of Kevin's book.
Yeah.
I read 75 pages straight.
You read 7? Really?
Last night.
You read a whole screenplay.
Because it got pretty good, and I have to give him props. It was way better writing than the first half of the book, and I was like into it. I mean, I obviously wrote down like things that I was like, this is weird, and we can go over it if you want, because that's usually what we do in class.
Yeah, no, we're going to go over that. So now what are you putting on? You're putting the.
So this is.
I hope everyone's having a great time here, because this is just anticipation of we're not even like, by the way, this is normally your IFB is connected in the back, but because I have to remove it later on.
What is that?
It's my earpiece. It's the back, and this is going to go. This gets connected in the back when I'm on TV. That's the custom-made earpieces made from a copy. Audio Implements in Wisconsin. They started the whole IFB thing in the 70s, and you do a mold of your ear, and your earpiece fills in your ear, so you don't see it when you're on TV, and you can hear better, and it gives a better. I have the microphone here. I know you have a big microphone. I have a small microphone. It hooks right into the computer. You have a big microphone, right? But this allows me to talk over you or with you, and with no issue.
That's like real. That's like real.
Yeah, this is real stuff. This is real stuff. So we've done this. So you're patting your eye.
Yeah.
All right. Then
almost there. I'm almost there.
You're almost there. Okay,
yeah.
So I want to do.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to do. See, this is Shiseido, but I'm going to put. Remember, I said.
Yep.
Up here, so we're going to do a little
luminescence.
A little luminescence. Now, when they do you for TV, they technically tell you not to do luminescence, but I find on like Zoom and all, if you don't do this, and then we're going to do, before we do our blush, we're going to do a little more layering. This is again by company Durex Labs. It's squalene with with vitamin E oil. And you can get an expensive one. You can get like Georgia Louise, squalene oil with vitamin E. You can get them and you can mix them. Because I want to do a little. I want to do more.
And you just mix. You just try.
I mix everything, and I mix cheap and I mix expensive, just like with my clothes. I may have a Dolce jacket, but I'll have a $10 Amazon. I'm a really big person for lightning deals on Amazon. And I found out something that if you like, because of AI, if you like go in and put stuff in your basket and then you come back, you may find it in a lightning deal or a deal of the day or something, or a special deal. So I never buy it on the first go around, unless it's like something like a pool filter, who buys a pool filter?
Do you use AI a lot?
No, I don't use AI a lot. Mainly because I don't understand it enough and I don't trust it enough. So now I have a whole bunch of different blushes. I just brought everything down because I didn't know what we were going to use. So this is a Chanel blush. It has 4 colors. I'm actually going to mix them.
Okay.
I'm going to mix them. All right. And we're going to put, and I'm going to follow you have your cheekbones. You have your cheekbones there? Yeah. Now the contour will be, I don't do too much of the contours. You can use anything for a contour. People say you can use the brown. Now I brought down, just in case we wanted to pretend we were in the sun. All right. Do we want to pretend we're in the sun?
Yeah.
And we were talking about the aristocrat. There was a big thing on aristocratic noses. And I thought, well, isn't that what we try to do when we do contour on our noses for TV, right? We always go on the side, right?
Yeah.
And so what are we trying to do? We're trying to have an aristocratic nose, right?
Yeah.
With that little thing. So
And then like, it's like dark on the side and like light down the middle.
And then you can contour. People say I don't need this. This is because I have a great plastic surgeon on my neck. I'm very open to it.
I'm not
lying. I love my plastic surgeon, Tony. All right. But the TV people, when they do your makeup, they put a lot. Matter of fact, I don't like the way the TV people do makeup. I'm just showing you kind of like what they do.
Do you ever get to do your own?
I do my own every day when I'm on the air on our show, because I prefer the way I do my makeup. Because here, but you can take part of this, and you can go if you want to highlight down here. Right?
Okay.
And that gives you that kind of like that sunken in thin look that you want, right?
Yeah, I feel like that just did it right there.
Right, and then what I do is we're going to put a little bit of, this is an old spray. This is from, it's called Air Flash from Dior. I had to buy it on eBay because they don't make it anymore. I just do a little bit of that. And that just
sets it?
Kind of sets it, yeah, so it doesn't run. And then there's a secret that somebody told me who's in, and I haven't done the eyes yet, but who's in makeup business. And her name is Tony Bustamante. She's one of the lead makeup artists. When I had to do Spectre, they hired the person who advised at that time Chanel colors, and then he gave me Tony. She was in Las Vegas, and she's become a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine. And she said, if you take a little gold, if you do TV, it's a little secret that they use. Take a little bit of gold, and I can't really. The problem is that when I take my glasses off, I can't see too well. But you put just a little tiny bit under there. And what it does is you don't even see it, but it lifts your eye up.
Okay.
So if you have a little gold of anything, you can do that, right?
Or Irish.
Yeah, well, you're almost finished on yours, right?
I'm done after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So then I am going to, before I'm going to put some lipstick on. Then we're going to do our hair. We have to do our hair. So I'm going to turn my Dyson on. And hopefully it'll work with this is going to go on.
You're in the middle of the woods.
Right? I'm to turn my Dyson on. So let's see. What do we want to do with, well, I want to finish my eyes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take some Chanel. And I'm actually going to just go underneath the eye. I'm going to close my eye. And if you close your eye, when you do this, it actually gets under the eyelid of the top, okay? So you don't have to line on your eyelid. It's actually going under your eyelid. So you see how that happened just like that?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. It's like that. And of course I can bring it up if I want to bring it up into a, into that kind of like look, bring it, if I want to do that. Right. And that's all I did. That's all I did for my eyes. You saw that? Took what, 3 seconds?
Yeah.
To do that,
Perfect.
And it was absolutely perfect. And then we're going to do a little bit of makeup. Let's see. We're on a day makeup, aren't we? We're on the day, but that's okay. We don't need to worry about being on day or bit. The question is, should I do this? Should I change my clothes before I do this? Let's not. Let's do some dark red.
All right. I got my slutty lip stuff too.
You got your lip stuff? You got your lip stuff?
It's the bet. You can't. You have to. You got to do it. I feel like you have to, right?
We're not doing too much. You see how little we're doing, and then I have this thing from Carla Cosmetics, and it's like really it's glossy and glitter, and it changes. It's got all sorts of different things, and I've got these little tiny brushes that I buy on Amazon.
Ooh, those are fun.
And about $6 for 10, and we're going to set it with it. We're going to actually set my lipstick with this. And I'll change the color a little bit, but that's okay. All right, we're setting it, see? And that's all we need to do is set it. So that way, all day, I can stay on TV, and I don't have to worry about that. And with the extra of this, I'm going to take it on a brush with the extra, and we're going to bring it up here.
You're like the Native Americans that it's like if you kill an animal, the bones are the jewelry, the skin is a
right. You don't waste anything, and you can use anything with on anything. You do whatever you want to do. I mean, you're you. All right, and then we're going to do my hair, and then the last thing. Actually, we'll probably do this first. I make this myself. This is my thing that I make. This little glow thing. And we're putting all this over here. Yeah. And you should see my table.
I make a glow thing too. I don't have any right now, but next time I make some, we'll do it again. I gotta show you. Yeah, I got a glow thing.
Now my hands. I have to use this one because I can't open the jar because my hands are now full of like oil stuff. So I'm gonna do a little bit. It's okay. And so it's just got a little dropper, and I make this again. I'll share the ingredients. All the ingredients stay with you, and we're just gonna pat back over. Now just to give a glow, and we're gonna pat.
Beautiful.
We're gonna pat our décollage.
Yep.
And then we're gonna close that up. Now your hair. You have your hair. Have you done your hair? Because I haven't even combed I didn't even I told you I was coming to do this reel, and I didn't even put a comb through my hair.
I can do it. I didn't plan on it, but I can.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Let me get my stuff.
Okay.
Do you have all your stuff?
Yep, I have my stuff here. If I could find my comb, I think I should put my regular glasses on now.
Give me 2 seconds. You don't need me. You're in charge.
No, I need you. Of course I need you.
No, you don't.
This is your show.
No,
this was, we decided we kind of like, and we haven't even gotten dressed yet. So
we haven't even fucking started.
We haven't started the show.
We haven't started. All right, be right back.
All right, I'm in charge. I'm looking for my comb, okay? And here it is. So when Jimmy goes and gets his hair stuff. So as I told him, we said, look at how easy that was, right? I mean, look at how darn easy. Now I'm just doing this. I'm putting my glasses back on. Those are the close-up glasses. All right. You guys, I hope you guys are like having a lot of fun doing your makeup right now. Again, I'm going to try to post the behind-the-scenes pictures that I have here, and I bought everything down. Oh, I should have told them about I got to tell Jimmy about this. The violet powder. You have to. This is like another little secret. Okay. But that's okay. We can do it before we do our hair. He's gonna laugh. But you guys can all. I mean, you don't have to buy all these expensive products. Again, The Ordinary is a great company. I find it has great prices. And again, I put everything together and make my own stuff, right, on my skin. Okay, so for my bangs, the reason why that way is because I'm going to use Dyson on them. And after I like the real long cut of the bang. All right. So you love The Ordinary. Yeah. It's great. And the vitamin E oil that I like, by the way, is CLIGANIC. Amazon when they had their Prime Day. Again, I'm huge for Amazon, right? I use that. The balm that I used that I used to do our mask was the Georgia Louise. But again, you can make your stuff. You can make your own stuff. I use this lip gloss from MAC a lot. It was called Angel, and they stopped making it. So what I do is I buy the Angel lipstick and I melt it in the microwave, and I buy aloe vera gel, and I mix them together, and I end up with the same stuff that I can't buy. So I mean, Jimmy's not here, but if I want to, I can do that. So that's how I do mix that. I forgot to tell you one other secret. If you buy a purple, this is like a too deep, but a Chanel purple, this is another way that you can highlight under your eyes. And especially if you wear glasses, and it's a very light purple. And if you want to go to a Broadway show, that's my thing, ring, like Cabaret. Now these are Chanel's, but you can do it in anything. You don't have to buy Chanel. I just like it. They have purple, and they have like an orange. I'll show you. See this orange?
Yep.
And they have a light purple, which I think I'm going to use. And then you can actually, on your eyebrows, this is another thing that people like. This is like really kind of strange, but if you want to highlight your eyebrows, you can actually do that and frame your face with the color. Okay. It's not weird, and it's you don't just have to go to Cabaret to do it. I'll put this back. That's my Dyson blinking. So you're doing your hair.
Vacuum?
No, my this thing that's going to do my bangs right now. It's saying, okay, I know it's saying I've been hot. I'm hot. I'm ready. Where I'm hot and ready. So
I'm Little Caesars.
You're doing your hair that way. I'm going to pick up my.
Well, I'm going to mess it up afterwards.
You're going to mess up your hair afterwards?
Yeah, because I like it to be curly.
Okay. So I'm going to keep mine flat. Everyone wants my bangs. All right. I think they're flat. Beautiful. All right, they're flat right there, and then we're gonna flatten this side out here.
You had dark frame, like black, thick framed glasses. I think that would look nice.
I do have them, and I wore them on Law and Crime, and I wear them sometimes on our show. Law and Crime made me take them off. They wanted they didn't like dark glasses. They didn't like big glasses. I mean, I said, look, these are fucking Chanel glasses. This is what people are wearing. Okay.
Yeah.
Crime.
It's a crime. You telling me not to wear those?
Well, I know it's a crime because people are stuck in. They don't understand. I think at this point, well, they do. I think because Kathy Russin's pretty terrific. That the world has changed. People aren't looking for Yeah. Okay. You can have the certain network newswoman look. But you can also have your own look, and I think this is. I
agree.
Right, and you can have your own look, and so I think we're pretty good here. And then, if you want to, I mean, you're going to measure yours up? Why don't you measure yours up with a little spray? With a little spray. I'm just going to actually. There you go. That really scrunch it. I mean, I was going to ask you if you had a crimper. Because I think you would look fabulous with a crimper.
You think that with this hair, you think it's long enough?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. If you were closer, I'd come over with the crimper and crimp your hair.
I'm going to New York soon.
Yeah. I'm in New York. Well, right now I'm not in New York.
There.
And so there we go. So that's the Dyson. I put that away. So people think it takes a long time, and we spend longer today. But this is a pretty good natural look. Now, if I want to do a real good TV or evening look, we look natural. It's natural. And I'm going to do the one earring look, right? Because that's the thing right now. Especially especially since I have an IFB. If I could get my ear hole.
Like it's a thing for IFBs. You wouldn't get it.
Oh, Cripper, great. Yes, Cripper. Okay, all right. So then we do that now. When Michael Bryan said something that I've been doing, I didn't know that because he was talking about Wendy Adelson, who kind of looks a little bit like Jen McCabe a little bit.
Really?
But she testifies a lot better. But in TV, they teach you, all right, now you keep crimping, really smush, right?
Better.
But then bring one side down. Bring one side of
Yeah.
your hair kind of like down. I
Uh-huh.
don't know which side is good. And then put one back. All right. This is the 3D look they give you on TV, and it gives you a 3D look to have that one a little bit behind your ear. Bring your one side down. Bring one side. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And so you kind of like have a little bit of a 3D look if you do that.
Okay.
All right. Bring that down a little more. I like that.
This one?
Yeah. Bring it down a little more.
Like
because, yeah, you look great.
Oh, I hate it.
You hate it? All right, then don't do it. If you hate it,
Linda.
if you hate it, don't do it. You will. Then you can do your smush.
Yeah, I want to do my smush. Let me
You want to do your smush, right? Do your smush.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good smush. That's a 3D look. That gives you a 3D.
I need my fan.
You need your fan. Oh, I was going to bring my fan down, but I didn't. I was going to ask you. I was going to tell you need a little fan, right?
My fan.
Where's your fan?
I got my fan. It's right here.
Okay. You gotta blow your fan. So
always.
So and then of course we haven't finished yet. We've been done our close. We're gonna finish with "Fucking Fabulous" by Tom Ford.
Oh, FCKING.
Yeah, it's actually fucking fabulous. I mean, they make no. That's how they. I mean, it's great to go on Neiman Marcus and see "Fucking Fabulous," right?
Mm-hmm.
This is it, right? All right. So anyhow, but we have to. But now, remember, we started like this, right? We started like her.
I forgot about her.
You forgot about her, right? Well, we're ending. We're going to end because we still have our clothes. We're going to end with her, right? We're going to end with her from Gone with the Wind. Tomorrow is another day.
That's us.
That's us.
Did you do theater?
No, I didn't do theater. I should have because courtroom is, well, as I said to you, is all theater, right?
What would you have done if this wasn't what you did? If lawyer,
I'd be a veterinarian. I love it. I love dogs.
Okay. Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
Right.
Me too.
Right. So your hair looks great right there.
Thank you.
Of course, if you really want to be trendy, you can wear a hat.
Hats don't fit my scalp.
They don't fit your scalp? Okay. Well, then you can't.
Too large.
Then don't do that. Okay. So now I don't know how I'm going to do this because I got to take my microphone off for a second. So I don't.
Take your time.
So I have to just talk into it as I do this.
Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing.
Well, no, it's just that my microphone is now under my shirt. Hello. Let's go back. Out from under my shirt. Hello. Can everyone hear me? I don't know if I could put the. Put the Dunkin' Donuts box up for the moment and put the microphone there. So I may sound a little muddy for a second because we're going to take off the Justice Serve.
Okay.
TV.
9 a.m. Friday morning. You guys are getting the girls.
Yeah, right. This will be later on. So we'll put this. We're just gonna throw this on the floor over there. All right.
That's what makes the money.
Well, hold on a second. Now I got my IFB here. It's here. So this has got to come off for a second. Just hold on.
Take your time, guys. Pinned.
I can't hear a word you're saying when that's off me.
Keep up with Linda. You can follow her on Justice Served.
Right.
TV.
We already exercised, and now we have.
Dump them out, Lind.
We can do casual black.
Cash.
We can go with a little bit of sequins.
I vote that. That's what I vote.
Okay.
That's what I vote.
Or I thought for you, we'll do this. If I can get it on. It's a little bit. Here we go. I thought we should do that for you. Are you dying? What are you getting? What are you going to go get? All right, everyone. I'm back. Now we have to put this back on where you can hear me because what's going to happen is, see these things, these little fluffy things are going to get into the microphone. Do I sound muddy or is it okay? Okay, so that's what we're going. That's where
you sound good.
There you go. There you go. The dragons. Oh, the head of the dragon is in the heavens and the tail is in the earth. There you are with your fan. Oh,
this is us. This is us.
This is us.
This is our final form.
This is us. And then we're going to just spray the fucking fabulous all over because this is how we feel, right? We're fucking fabulous.
That's
right?
what we are. So
That's
it just matches.
There we go. Look at us. Look at that. That took 15 minutes. That didn't take 15 minutes, like 12 minutes.
That whole entire thing?
No, it's an hour and 12 minutes. But no, but I really, if we had just done it straight with just makeup, there we go. And we now are her.
Yeah, that's us now.
This is us now.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't dis.
As again, I feel like though they made these stands. This was a gift from Actually, this was a gift from Leslie Abramson to me. I feel like when I put her on the stand that I'm sexually assaulting her.
I know, but
it's really weird.
You're not, though. Remind yourself that you're not, you know?
I'm not. I know. It's really, but it's weird. I mean, I don't know why they made that kind of stand. I mean, you know, they probably made before the Me Too movement. I don't know. So I'm going to have to unplug my Dyson here, or else it's going to keep blinking at us. And this is us. Look at us, huh?
We did good.
Huh. I'm eating the head there for.
Have a donut if you want, hon.
No, I just want to. We should get a picture. We get a full. I have to expand my screen to do that, and you have to. You're going to file your nails, and I have to somehow.
It's on the video forever.
I know, but still, I want to get a screenshot.
You want a photo of it?
I want a screenshot because I'll post a couple of these after. All right, let's ready. Smile, ready. That's us. Okay. There you go, everybody. Now we haven't even started the show.
Really haven't.
I have to have a swig of my Dunkin'. I think I need a little coffee about this.
We haven't done. We just been gabbing.
What are you drinking?
I got it's new. It's a raspberry cream cold brew from Starbucks. Sometimes on Friday I like to have Starbucks.
Okay, raspberry cream cold brew. I like the pistachio from Starbucks.
Oh my god, the pistachio is the fucking best. Do you have the lavender too? The lavender is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
too.
I love lavender.
So I will have a lavender matcha.
You will have a lavender matcha. Okay.
I will have a lavender matcha.
And then what else? Have you had Dubai chocolate yet?
Okay, so I keep seeing it everywhere. Is it green in the middle, or should I?
Green in the middle. Christina, who's watching this. Hi, Christina. Bought it for me. She actually bought it for me. She was overseas because her husband is in the Air Force, and it was so good.
Really?
So good. But you can get it like at any place now. Like you can get it like at any store.
Everywhere, and I've been
everywhere.
Yeah, I lived there for a little bit, so I'm like, what the fuck is Dubai chocolate?
Love your matcha with coconut milk. Yeah, oat milk was also really good. When they did this ceremony that I did here in Sullivan County in the Catskills at a place called Nona's with the two queens coffee, they did the ceremony and they made it with oat milk. You could try 3 ways. You had your regular matcha, and then you can mix it with honey, and then you can mix it with oat milk, and then we had 4 different matchas. I mean, talk about flying. You had caffeine. We were like caffeine. I didn't have to go to sleep for the next year. But Dubai chocolate is so good. Yes,
I like oat milk, but it's like it's not. I feel like it's so bad for you.
I usually drink regular milk when I drink. I just generally don't drink milk.
I'm not a dairy. I don't want anything that comes from a cow.
Yeah, or as my friends who are vegans over have a lot of say, you're drinking cow pus, and they're like,
that's what it is, though. They're not lying.
You know, it's like, oh my gosh, yeah. So there's some really good stuff. So we're up. We're kind of up. We're kind of dressed, right? We're dressed. We're good. We're good for an evening show. But we can change. We can actually change. I can put
we could be in Chicago, like Val McKelly and Roxy Hart. You've seen Chicago?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you'd be Roxy.
Course. Yeah.
Because of the blonde.
That'd be great. I don't like milk, but love cheese. Isn't it? Yeah. There's some really good vegan cheeses out there too, by the way. And there's some really good new vegan people. But I don't know. The problem I would have is that if you had to get rid of this, I couldn't do it.
The best.
I try to eat healthy. Despite the fact that I'm kidding you with the dots and all. These are the one. This is like the downfall, right?
It's so good, and it's so puffy, and it's so like cool to the touch. It's never like you don't eat one, you don't feel like. It's like just like a nice little cruller. They're so good.
It's so good. Now I just need a dirty matcha, but that's okay. Anyhow, so this is Helen. We're now dressed. People can't see the picture close up. I don't know what it was. We were on the floor. Oh, I'm telling you, I can't. How terrible of me. This is our incentive, remember?
Yep. That's where we came from.
Didn't she? There we are. Look at that. Look at that. Look, there we are.
I can't get over her performance.
Yeah, she was great. And when I met her, I said something, and she mimicked me back to me. The first time I met her. And then I said something else, and she mimicked me back to me again. And it was like, because she got my inflection. I mean, by talking to me for like a minute, she got my inflection and everything. Now, she probably had watched, the trial already and everything like that. So she already had she already had me down, but she had my inflection and she could sound like me. It was the most amazing thing. And then I said, wow. I mean, she's fabulous. I mean, she just turned 80. Have you seen the pictures of her?
She still looks
unbelievable.
Like she does in that picture.
Yeah, she's unbelievable, right? She's unbelievable. This is just this is 27 actress, 27 plays coming up. This is before she did Prime Suspect 4. Okay,
so did she study you? Like, did she ask you personal questions? Did you guys spend time together?
No, she didn't have time because Bette Midler was supposed to be me first, right?
Yes.
And so Bette,
your dark hair, you kind of look like her.
Bette and I spent a lot of time together. We went to dinner together. She went through my closets. We talked. She spent a lot of time with me. And what happened is on the first day of filming, Bette hurt her back, and she was out. And they were going to close down production. They had to at least close it down for a week or two. And I got the call. And I think I mentioned this last week. I got the call. They were closing it down, and thus they could find somebody. And then they called back like a week later, said, we're going to start back on Monday, because they already rented the castles and all that stuff. They start back on Monday, and it was going to be Helen Mirren who was playing me. So she didn't really have much time. So we only met once before she started playing with me. But I'm sure she watched the trial and had my inflection and everything down. But then afterwards, we did a lot. And we've got some great pictures together.
Did they actually film in the castle, in the Pyrenees castle?
No. They places on Long Island. They make it look like it. And it's interesting. So it's really interesting. But when David first called me, I was actually with my girlfriend Suzanne Levine, the podiatrist who talked about the rich toe. That's how I learned about podiatrists look at your feet. And I said, oh my God, they think you're rich or poor by your feet, by that
or your
toe.
face.
By your aristocratic, by your face, or as we read it with Pride and Prejudice, your face, how thin and gaunt or not gaunt it is. I guess in the old days, if you were really fat, that was great because that meant you had food, right?
Money.
If you were thin, you were poor, right? Right? You had to be poor if you were really
a
fat.
Rubenesque figure was nice.
A Rubenesque figure was nice.
Meant you came from a good family.
Yeah. So when he called me, I was at the Golden Door Spa with my girlfriend, and I got this call on my phone out of the blue, and it said, "Hello, Linda." Yeah. And, this is Dave Mamet, and of course you think you're being punked, right? Except that his voice was Dave Mamet's voice. I mean, it really. He said, "I've written a screenplay about you. Would you like to read it?" That was the first conversation I ever had with him.
It really is about you. I don't know why it's called Phil Spectre. It should be called Linda. It's about you. The whole movie's about you.
And so he said, and I said, well, not wanting to sound like I wouldn't want, if it is Dave Mamet, I wouldn't want to read it. I said, sure, Mr. Mamet, I'd love to. May I have your email? And okay. And I gave him my email. And within like 30 seconds, I had a whole screenplay in front of me. And so I read it. And he called me again, and he said, "Do you have any comments?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I can't tell you whether it's true or not, but you have like forensic factual things wrong, like forensic stuff that's in the public wrong." He said, "Would you?" And he asked me to correct them for him, so I corrected them. And I'm supposed to be at a spa. I corrected them. I sent it back, and again within like 3 minutes, he sent me the thing back, and he called me again. And that went around for like about 5 different times, and I corrected him on a few times, and then the next day I got a call from the head of HBO to see whether or not I'd be a consultant on the film, and I said, well, I can consult, but I can't tell you whether, and I already told Mr. Mamet this, whether this is true or not. I can't reveal attorney-client privilege or secrets. Right. And they said, we don't care. So, and that was it. And so Dave and I developed a relationship. And Dave is very interesting because you don't change a word of any of his, anything he's written, a period, nothing has changed. He is the Pulitzer Prize winner. And his words that count. And and after you've written, always be closing, and put it into the screenplay. I mean, you deserve that. But he was great. I worked with him great. The kids were scared of him. They were actually scared of him. They would call me and say, could you call Mr. Mamet and just ask him this? He's not talking to us, or he won't give us this answer. I said, sure, fine, Dave. I love him. And so, we went to his opening of Glengarry Glen Ross recently in New York City. He's just a great writer. He's a great writer. So, so we developed a friendship, and it was great. So anyhow, Ellen ended up playing me, and Al Pacino played Phil. And you couldn't be on the set when Al Pacino has a closed set. Only people. He was great, wasn't he? Yeah. But you can't be on the set with him. It's just the director, the playwright, and the producer and camera person. That's it. It's a close set when he films. No one's allowed.
That's okay.
It's fine. It's
things that listen. Every artist has their whatever. Yeah. The one thing, and this is how I knew it was good, is because I was so pissed at the end when it was over.
That's good.
I was like, this can't be over. I'm like, this can't be over. And then I checked it. I'm like, it's already been an hour and a half. I'm like, this can't be over.
Yeah.
And then
the movie's name, by the way. The movie, people want to know what the movie's name is.
Spectre. It's called Phil Spectre. It's on it's an
HBO Max.
2013. You can watch it on. I rented it on YouTube. You can watch it on, I believe, Max, and I believe
Max has it.
Let me check right now. I'll tell you right now. The music was amazing, obviously.
They had to rebuy they rebuy the rights and remake it. The music, they buy the rights to, because you can do two different things. The way you can just buy the music itself, or because you're doing a modern movie and you need certain clips, you buy the rights to the music and then you re-tape it.
I just loved hearing the Ronettes because I love them. It's the Ronettes, yes, yeah.
But I don't think you were hearing them. You were hearing people pretending they're them.
It sounded just like them.
Mm-hmm. No.
The night we met, I knew that was I think that was it.
But I was never scared of Phil. I mean, I think the movie portrays that people were scared. Phil was great. Phil was one of the best clients I ever had. Listened to everything I said, gave me everything I needed. Whenever I asked for anything, gave it to me. One of the best clients ever.
I think out of everyone, and I'm just basing this on what I saw from the trial and what I saw from the movie, he trusted you.
Absolutely trusted me, 100%.
He trusted you, and he did not trust people, and he didn't like people, and he liked you, and he trusted you.
Absolutely trusted me big time.
What to do, and you put him, and it was almost like he had. It's like you were his sister that he never or his family member, or close friend. I was so enthralled with it,
Yeah, no, he trusted everything I told him, and cause the consequence. You have to have that with a client. You really need to have a client who trusts you, and you have to build that relationship. Even
the prior lawyer didn't have that with him. The one who he interrupted at the
subsequent lawyer didn't have that. Obviously, he was very upset, and he should have. Quite frankly, rightly so. He should have been upset. I mean, I know things that I can't say, but he should have been upset. All right. So, but yeah, no, I spent many days with Phil in his castle, obviously. So, it was an interesting experience. And yes, AJ was involved. AJ was the baby prosecutor, actually the head prosecutor on that.
He was the baby prosecutor in that one.
We spent six months together, and then he left after that. Pretty much after that, he ran for DA. He lost. He didn't win, and then I guess he started his private practice. And so here we are.
Did he, similar to the movie, did he talk about music stuff with you?
Philip? Oh yeah, we talk music. Yeah, that I can reveal. That's not Philip. Yeah, it's not Phil. He's really Philip. Anyone who really knows him, he's Philip. Anyone knows him on a really trusting level, it's Philip. People will call him Phil Spectre, but it's Philip. Yeah.
And he had that thing where he was talking about Sidney Poitier, and he was he didn't break it. He didn't make this happen. I made this happen. And it's like, you think about it and it's like, no, he really did.
But he was also really good friends with a number of artists who were still very supportive of him, and they probably wouldn't want, at that point, they wouldn't, people were scared to come out and support him because they were scared because of, oh, he's Phil Spectre and look at this. But they were, Tina was very, very supportive of him. So.
And he mentioned her a lot in the character of the movie. He mentioned Tina Turner a lot.
Yeah, he mentioned Tina Turner a lot. She was extremely supportive of him. And then I'd ask him questions about different artists, and he'd he'd give me the inside scoop and all. And whatever you say about Philip, he was a genius. And yes, he got convicted. I still don't believe he pulled the gun. I wouldn't have represented him if I believed he pulled that trigger. So.
So we can talk about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have represented him if I believed
you don't think because
Absolutely
of the.
Not.
And you would have recreated the. They didn't let you, right?
No, they didn't let us, right? You can't. There were certain things, and we're always, like all defense attorneys are. You wouldn't believe it, but we're always fighting the judge in terms of stuff. So yeah, in terms of what he would let in, what he wouldn't let in, he pretty much gave me a lot. The judge gave me a little leeway because he kind of recognized that I was gonna, I wasn't scared of him, and I was gonna go right. Yeah. He was very happy when I had to leave the courtroom for 3 weeks. I understand. Because he felt that I was the person standing in the way of the conviction, right? So he was like, take all the time you want. If you don't ever want to come back, it's fine. If you're sick, if you got pneumonia, it's fine, no problem. I had a great team. Chris Plord kind of subbed in for the forensics on me when I was gone for the 3 weeks. Chris Plord is now the senior judge in San Diego, whatever county that is in California. And we had his brother.
I'm listening. I'm just putting on a clear.
That's okay. We had his brother on when we did Karen Reed because his brother is an accident reconstructionist and absolutely said there's no way that car hit him. And it was an accident reconstructionist for 45 years with the highway patrol. So California. So that he wasn't bullshitting when he said that that Karen Reed was not guilty. So I'm gonna take another bite of the crawler. I'm not being rude, everybody.
Go for it. Did he tell you that time when you wanted to put him on the stand? And he was like, you want to know what happened? I'll tell you what happened.
I didn't say I wanted to put him on the stand. The movie said I wanted to put him on the stand.
Yeah, so that's
I may have, I may not have. I don't know.
You may not have. Okay.
I can't tell you.
But
all I know is at a certain time in trials, when your jury is fried. Okay. I'm a really big one for putting on a case. And I've said this a number of times. I'm like Alan Jackson. I believe in putting on a case and not just resting on the burden of proof. I really think that as a defense attorney, you have to give that jury your side. You have to give that jury your side, no matter how you do it, through experts, whatever. You have to give that jury something to talk about in that jury room. And for those who want to know about closings, all closings is to give jurors your little clips and pieces and your themes that you think are for you, that they can go in and argue in the jury room that people are against you. And so that's the technical side of giving a closing argument. So, and then you saw that with Alan Jackson. Thematic, right? No collision, right? No collision. Thematic. Giving pieces that the jury can argue in that theme that the jury gets. And so that's how you develop a closing argument.
Did anybody give you shit for defending him, kind of like that woman in the elevator scene?
Yeah, I got shit from both all my cases. Casey Anthony was probably the worst. I mean, I got somebody who sent a bullet hole on Twitter, posted a picture of a bullet hole through the head, and I complained to Twitter, and they said it wasn't within didn't violate their rules. But then
Twitter, they'll do whatever. They'll blame.
Then it got taken down. You get people that write to you and talk about your sex life. I mean, I've saved a number of them, not all of them, because someday I'd love to do just a show just on all these people are just doxing them, quite frankly, and who they are. If they want to write me and say things like that, fine. I mean, at some point I'm going to put them up because
I'll do it with you.
Ridiculous. Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll help you.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So. Yeah, how many Muppets? This is not real fur, by the way. Okay, I don't wear real fur anymore. I used to wear. I'll wear shearling because if it's cut, they're cutting the sheep and not killing them.
I mean, come on. It's like what Joan Rivers says. Is your belt fucking leather? Are your shoes made of leather? Did you have a hamburger today? Shut up.
Well, that's what people always they say. Well, you're still driving a car. Yeah, usually it's still a gas car, but this is not.
Dinosaurs in your tank.
Yeah, how many feathers? I don't know. This is acrylic, I guess. Acrylic, but I kind of fell in love with it. It's really a nighttime piece. We could put on our lawyer's piece. It was a Muppet joke. I love it. That's a great Muppet joke, right? A great Muppet joke. But anyhow, so we start here, and then we have the cats rule the earth. So we have this little board, this little.
That's beautiful.
A little board, and then because you're doing your show, and I thought I'd mentioned to them that I don't know when you read your tarot cards whether you do the 1 card spread or the 3 card spread or the 7 card spread, but we don't have much time. So this is an explanation from the cats rule tarot, right? I'll take it down. I'll just pull it right down. And it says the simplest method and the one that is quick and to the point is to draw 1 card from your tarot deck. This can be a guiding card for the day or give you a yes/no answer to a straightforward question, such as, should I ask for a pay raise? We can't ask for a pay raise, right? We're not going to get it. Should I go to this event? Pay attention to what comes up emotionally or intuitively for you before checking the meaning of the card. Okay, so I actually pulled out a card for you. All right, so we're going to put this because it's a show. I pulled out the Justice card. Look at that. Take this down. So if you get the Cat Tarot book on Amazon, which you can get it on your Kindle, which I have it here, this is Justice. This is what Justice looks like. So, okay, I pulled out the Justice card, or XI, and for you, Jimmy, today. So, look at that. Look at that. This is justice can be a double-edged sword, and right. It could be a double-edged sword, right? You can convict a guilty accidentally, and you can let a guilty person go free. If you're like in the Walsh case, if we want to keep talking about Reed and Walsh and what's up there, so justice could be a double-edged sword, right? But for you, I don't think it is, because this card, if you really want to talk about it, it's about bringing fairness into the world. It's about bringing balance into the world. It's about talking about consequences and making sure your actions, you rule your actions by the consequences, by what they're going to bring, as opposed to what you feel. Or this is not an intuitive card. This is a card where it really wants you to bring order, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that I thought that was you for this show. Things can be unfair, but and you can rail against them, but you got to do something, and you do something by doing your show. And maybe even we do something by makeup. Maybe people say, hey, they look pretty damn good for doing very little, right? It seemed like a lot, but it was actually very little that we did. Even on the eyes, right? People think that I'm wearing eyelashes. They think I have makeup out there. And you saw it was 1 eye pencil. You close your eyes on it, you run the line, and there you are. There your eyes are done. All right? Takes you 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds. For those that think, and look at you. Look at how good you look. Red, and you got your cheeks, and you're probably going to do your 95 other push-ups when we finish.
This whole thing, this whole song and dance, this whole number that I just pulled out.
This whole number. So I pulled out Justice. I thought that was a good card for you today, because that's
deserved.
That's what you are. All right. And so here we'll keep it on the discussion. And then that was your major card. For your minor card, we had to do. I pulled out this only because it looked like your cat, even though it looked a little browner.
Yeah.
Right. And the Page of Swords.
Oh, that's sweet potato.
That right there you go.
Yeah.
Right there you go. The Page of Swords. That's your minor card for the day. You're right. You are. And this is really good because this card represents a desire or study to learn. And this is what we're doing today. You're learning about Spectre. You're learning about how to try a case. And we're all learning about how we do our makeup and how we put on our faces. And our faces are pretty, I think we did pretty well.
I think we did great.
Right? With very, very little. And so I thought
no
that.
Mirror?
Yeah, I thought that this is the Page of Swords. And I thought that for today, because of what we were doing, I've lost my little clippy thing here. This is what I would put up so that if I were arguing for you to a jury, I'd say that Jimmy is the man, the person, the guy, the host, the owner of a show who really tries to bring justice into the world and just like you were reading the book, you know, the resting poor face is one part. You got a lot of laughs at that, but now you're reading this book and it turns out it's great. So you're bringing balance and you're bringing justice, even though you may not necessarily like the person who wrote the book, right? And then you get to the Page of Swords here, and you want to explore, and it was your desire to explore that brought justice into the world. So that I thought that for you today, this Cats Rule the Earth Tarot, this is you for today's show.
I don't know how to say thank you. Thank you. So that was like a great way to start my Friday.
No, it's sorry, because I know you're going to go read the book some more, right?
Well, I already got 75 pages in. If you wanted to do it together, I could point out a couple things, but like,
sure, I'll wait. We've been doing this for like an hour and 36 minutes. Does everyone have to go, or do you want to?
I don't care about everyone. It's about me and you right now, Linda. Okay, this is not anyone. No one else is here. Just us here. What are you talking about?
The thing I have right here is I have this heating blanket on.
We will do the book on Monday. I don't want to even go over the book right now. I just
want. You're having so much fun. You're having a blast, right?
Just want to hang.
Yeah, and you should see. Really, I will post it. You should see this office with I brought all this stuff down, but we really didn't use it. I was just talking about it because I think it's important for people to know that whatever you want to do to make you feel good is really what you should do.
Is exactly what you should do.
Right.
That's the only thing. It's the only thing. What else? The best answer is the easiest one.
Yeah, which makes you feel good. And then when it comes to crime, because I was kidding that the show may be a criminal. This may be the first criminal show that has beauty in it. I mean, did we do a crime? Is this criminal? Is this just show crime?
No.
But if you want to make a difference, and you picked up on Karen Reed, and you've done a lot of it, and Aiden Carney. Let's not forget Aiden, because he still has his case that's coming, and we really have to rail against that case. That case has to be dismissed. All right, that has to go away. That has implications for everybody, you, me, everybody. That really are newscasting. Even though I'm a lawyer, my vocation as a lawyer. This kind of like being a journalist is now a second vocation, but we have to, and you have to sing loud. You have to sing loud against injustice. And if you don't sing with all of our voices, to sing loud. One of those, Karen Reed, we got to sing loud against injustice. Proctor, why do you think Proctor's here? Because we all sang loud, right? Right? We all sang loud, right? And that's important. We're doing the coverage on Epstein right now, on what Epstein, and Michael Bryan and I are convinced that Epstein had a homicide. People are scared to come out. The victims are scared. Why are they scared? Well, because they're scared, because they know that this is power. So the rest of us in the whole United States have to sing loud to open these files. We have to become the power, and the only way to become the power is through shows like this. Okay, you have to sing together. Because or else it's just one individual voice. But if you sing together, we have a chorus that goes around the world, okay? And that's important for shows like this. And it's important for even makeup. Hey, feel good about yourself. Whatever you want to do. You want to buy stuff on Amazon like I do, right? Buy stuff on Amazon. Or you can buy, I'm giving you some of my secrets. You can buy some good stuff, or you can look at the ingredients and duplicate the ingredients. And make what I call is l'aglo, right?
Yeah,
and
fill us out on that.
I'll post the ingredients later, and you can do it any time of the day, and feel really good about yourself, and you're getting a little lift, and maybe it costs $120 to make like 10 bottles, whereas if you go buy this, which I love, this is like $110, but this is probably one of the cheapest products Shell makes, as I said. That's very, very good. It's made by a dermatologist who is fabulous. So I tend to use a mixture of all different things. My main makeup, if I have to have it on my face, is Chanel, because I wear makeup so much. But as you see today, I use a mixture, but I always make sure that my face has stuff under it, because when they do TV, they take things and they just like blend it, blend.
Will that last you all day long?
Yeah, this will last me all day long. But when they do TV, it's so much that it ruins your face, ruins your skin.
Pack it on.
They pack it on. They just pack it on. I mean, you're like in the
back row.
Right? So yeah. I'd rather look like this. I'd rather look like me.
Same.
Yeah, right. And look how good you look. We started. People should. You didn't take pictures. How we started. You have a picture.
I know. I can't wait to see like before and after because I've never really done this. I've never done that like on like this before. So I don't like you're seeing it, so you don't see like the change.
Yeah, I never did. I've never gone on without makeup either. You know. Yeah. By the way, the reason I'm wearing leggings, even though I have a dress on, because we were doing push-ups on the floor.
I know, but we did pretty good. I mean, I did pretty. I thought you were kidding, and I'm like, shit. All right, guess I gotta do them.
Gotta do them. Gotta get that blood flowing, and you gotta get that blood flowing. You know, or touch your toes, or do something.
Linda, you good for 2 minutes here while I pee?
Yeah, that's
okay.
probably
See if I can get one of my cats.
You know, what? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I feel happy.
He looks like I'm going to actually put take my coat off while he's
it's hot.
This. Yeah, it's a little bit hot. This really is a jacket. It's not too bad. I can put the air conditioning on, but but you see, I do quick change when I'm doing 3 or 4 shows. When you see me people see me in different outfits, I'll have a quick change. I'll have something underneath, and then I'll have a new jacket. This time we'll just do a shirt, right? And this, by the way, is an Amazon shirt. Costs I think about $20 on Amazon. Fabulous.
Her right earring is not missing. She wears one earring because it's cool now. She said.
It's cool. Yep, it's cool.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right, go. All right. So yes. So you can mix. Don't be afraid just because I may wear and I kid about my Dolce or my Chanel clothes. Don't be afraid to mix and match. You can dupe anything. If you do something and you find something like you go onto your Google and you put dupe with 2 backslashes with the location of what you just found, your HTTPS location, and up will come all sorts of things that are dupes and that look like duplicates. By the way, I'm just giving you little secrets, all right, that you can do. So because Jimmy and I decided we were going to do this show, and we were going to show people about ourselves, and we were going to start looking like Frankenmonster, and then we were going to come out looking like Gone with the Wind, and with the big, and there we are. And you saw, and look at him, his routine looks great too, right? Looks absolutely great too. That Chanel lotion, this one is La Solution de Chanel, Creme Peau Sensitive Skin Cream. And it's done by a dermatologist named Wexler in New York. She's actually was their advisor on it. It is one of the cheapest ones that Chanel makes, and I think it's the best. Right? It's actually, this has got a little bit of a white glow in it, and so if you put it on, you will, even though it's a great for sensitive skin, you'll see I'll glow a little more white there. But it's really, for the price, it's really a great cream. And even if you make what I make with mine, with buying all my ingredients, it costs about $120, but I get about $10 out of that. My nails, thank you very much. These were done by a woman here in the Catskills who just moved here. Her name is Tammy. She's fabulous. Touched by Tammy. She's in Narrowsburg. And she did a fabulous job. And the reason why these are done, first of all, these match my dress, as you can see. These match my dress. Now, of course, my oh, look at that. But we talk about it. They match my dress. So, and I wear a lot of Dolce jackets that have that leopard Leo. They call it Leo print in them. So these were done for a party that we had here, a neighbor's party. So, can I adjust my mic? Yes. Okay. You know what happened? Is it's because when I took my coat off, thank you very much for reminding me. When I took my coat off, my mic fell underneath. Okay, so here we are. Look at
Claire's getting excited.
There you go. There she is. The cat, the Page of Swords. There she is.
That was sweet. That was Josephine. Sweet Potato is somewhere being bad. He's fresh. He's a fresh boy.
Somebody wants to know what's the purple on my brows. That's a Chanel. It's actually a mascara, but you don't have to use it as a mascara. You can use all different colors on your brows. You can use the orange one. I know the big thing is to have these Koberger brows right now. I don't like big brows. Seriously, that's the big thing. You see, I see people women having brow transplants, okay, because they want these big brows. I really hate it. First of all, I wear bangs anyhow, but I like to have little things that I can do now. I did this with this, but I can do if I want to go out at night. I can do. Let's see, this one's too dark. Let me get you this one. This is a darker purple. I can do that.
Yeah.
And also, people were asking, and I probably missed the questions. There was a lot of questions about the
They're
mental
asking a
health.
lot of repeats, which I don't know. A lot of them don't know this, but I'm going to give them in a little secret. There's a little function in YouTube. You can fucking rewind and rewatch so she doesn't have to repeat herself.
Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to I apologize because I was so busy talking to you. Now, with your brows, you have the brows that all women want right now that frame your face.
I got big. Yeah. I've never trimmed them. I've never done.
You never trimmed them?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I like big eyebrows. I like them on women too. I even like them on women. I like big, bushy Cara Delevingne eyebrows. I think they look good.
Yeah. I don't like Koberger eyebrows. All right. I'll call them Koberger eyebrows. Because
what about this girl? Let me show you her here. What do you think about her? Hold on. Let me see.
Is that the one? Is that the one who's the psychologist? There's one who's not a psychologist. She does something like that, a mental health therapy in New Jersey. She had an office.
This chick. Let me show you. Oh my God. Are you good at StreamYard? I'm not that good at StreamYard.
Michael Bryan is the one who brings all this stuff in. I did one rant that I had to do by myself to learn, and I'm going to do another one. We're actually going to do a very serious case.
What do you think?
Well, on her, that looks good. On me, that
looks good, right?
Yeah, but on me, I spent my whole life. I mean, I had those Italian large eyebrows, so I basically got I got them lasered. I got the laser off so that that
was the thing.
Yeah, and I don't like I like to have my eyes being the focus, not my eyebrows. And if my eyebrows are the focus, let's have my eyes as the focus.
Okay, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
So, but we're going to actually do, and I have to actually do it. We're going to actually do, and we haven't announced her full name, but there was a young woman who went missing in 1968. She was found in 1969 in Oregon. And a friend came to me, and he's in his 70s now, and he said, Linda, I need a favor. Before I die, this young girl, she died. No one cares. No one cares about her. No one remembers her. It was not called, it was called indeterminate or undecided. And before she dies, I need to have someone at least try to bring her justice. Would you try to find who she, find her name, find out about her. Here's what I know about her the last time I saw her. I think her brother's still alive. And so we have put together this whole thing that I'm going to actually have to tape. I'm going to have to learn it. I'm just going to give you her first name now, Stephanie, because we haven't revealed her last name. But I found her birth certificate, her death certificate, where she's buried. I think I found the where her brother, who I knew where he worked, but he may not be alive. But I found that he was married, and I've located his stepson. So we just want to try to go back and try to find out. We need somebody to sign off on giving us permission to get all of her records, obviously. And in Oregon, it's really interesting. A case has to be 50 years old before they release the death certificate publicly. So I was able to get her death certificate, which showed that she was, found miles away, 12 miles away from where she was last seen, 3 miles in the woods. So and bones. So clearly she was killed. She was 16 years old. So we're going to start that. I'm going to tape that. I can't do that until we've been promising our to do it, and we'll bring you in, Jimmy, because we're going to need all the help we can get to have anyone. Somebody knows something. She was at a pool party. And so somebody knows at the public pool. So somebody knows something, right? And it's in Oregon. So we're going to try to take that and just bring everybody in and have everyone try to investigate it. So we'll see that. But everyone knows next week I'm doing nothing, because next week I have my own case that I have to deal with in federal court. And all my attention will be going to my client next week instead of just doing the night. So
I got to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do stuff like this? How do you do this all day as your work, and you put your heart and your soul into it? And how do you not let it affect you? Or what tips do you have on not letting it affect you? Because some of this shit is so sad.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I mean,
we're trying to make it. We're trying to make a dent, right? That somebody else came to us. There's another woman who came to us about a case in Boston that I have. Her name is Karina, and I'll give this to you because it's not my case. Karina Homer. Case never solved, and so I've agreed to look at all that. And it's been 6 months. I told her it's going to take a while because it has to go to the back of the line between my own work, the show, and what the research that we had to do on Stephanie to get to where we are, so we could at least tape a whole hour and let people go off and try to find it. But you're making it. It doesn't really bother me. I mean, you know what bothers me? The kids one, the children's one,
right?
The children's one, and the random one, like this sadness of how many killings there were this week. I'm sitting doing the show Monday night in my office, and 2 blocks behind me is the 5 people being killed. The guy was going for the NFL, the CTE, and he killed the 5 people, innocent people. They're just at work at 6:15 at night. And then the couple who's out with their 2 children in the park in Arkansas. And this guy,
God, yeah.
Right. And they get him yesterday, and apparently the mother, what's come out, the mother got the 2 kids to run to safety, and she got them to run to the visitor center. And then she went back to try to help the father, who was fending off this madman with a knife. And then both of them got killed. I have a theory that he was after the young girls, to kidnap the 2 young girls, but because he was a 5th grade, I hate to say this, a 5th grade teacher, Jimmy.
No, you know what? Don't hate to say it. And I'm going to say this because I was a middle school teacher, and I didn't go to school to become a middle school teacher. I was there was an opening, and they were like, Jimmy, we know you are good at math. Will you go do this, blah, blah? And I was like, sure, I'll try it. Nothing I really feel like doing, but I'll try it. Right. What I noticed about going in there was I'm looking around and I'm like, who are you fucking people that decided you wanted to spend your day around these kids? But not only that, you're mean to them. So it's not even like you like them as people. You're rude to them. You have these power trips. And I'm like, I don't trust any of this. There's something about it I just didn't trust. I don't know.
Yeah, we used to trust, but now you can't. And then you have that, and then you have that baby. The 4 people are killed, and the baby is left yesterday, right? That was not killed at another location, right? That's Tennessee, yeah. Oh, some of true crime with sleuthing. There you go. Yes, I'm covering that one past, but you were covering the homicide in Tennessee. So this week you had these 3, and to me, that's what gets me. That's the scariest thing. I think for people, we know that intrafamily violence occurs, right? But this violence that could occur when you're out walking on the street, I think that's what's getting people. And we saw that this week.
Right.
And that's why it's so obscene for the Karen Reed prosecutors to spend all this money and all this time and all to go after her, right? When you have, and then, excuse me, but possibly fuck up the Brian Walsh case. Luckily, the judges saved your ass with the search warrants. Who I think is a killer. Now, that's just my opinion. I think he absolutely killed Anna Walsh. People are saying, well, how he was a defense attorney, he's going to say that. Yeah, I agree. In a courtroom, he has the presumption of innocence. But as a commentator, I think he killed Anna Walsh. All right. But these random acts of violence, the 2 people just walking, they just moved there. He was starting a new job, and then the parents get killed, and then the quadruple homicide, and then the NFL. That's all in 1 week. That's just in 1 week, and that's what we know about, right? How did we get to this point, Jimmy? How did we get to this point in the United States of America that this is happening? And I think people are really upset about that. This is where the money should be going to, stopping that, not prosecuting Karen Reed, all right, and going after her with a vengeance. And I don't trust Michael Morrissey not to go after her again. I mean, I just don't. And we saw the Aiden Carney. Aiden should be absolutely, get your voices loud, because this is an atrocity, and he could still get convicted of something and go to jail for something, for doing nothing wrong but being a journalist.
And I feel like we kind of think Karen is all good, so this is going to be fine. It's no, it's a possibility that they could fuck some shit up. They could try and pull some weird shit on this. Right. And can you imagine if we're sitting here talking and he's in fucking jail? Right.
And that's why we've been so loud on Epstein. Now, my husband, as you know, watched the autopsy for, is hired by the brother. And his findings are maybe different than mine. His findings are that the findings are more consistent with a homicide rather than a suicide. I say he was fucking offed. Okay. All right. That's what I say. Right. When I look at all the stuff and all. And that, again, we want, can you imagine being in jail and getting killed? And this happens a lot. People don't realize how many people get killed in jail.
A lot.
A lot.
I worked in a jail a lot. It happens. Right? Shit happens. They cover everything up.
Yep. And everything's covered up. And, one of the things I thought that was interesting with Dr. Marie Russell on the Reed case, who, by the way, knows my husband very well, as it turned out. I didn't know that until after. She actually she trained under somebody he is friends with, and they had conversations, and they did a lot of the same work. She did also some research into jail death. She was on some kind of board or commission, as was my husband. So they have this kind of bond. And I thought that was one of the most interesting things, that she's also interested about jail deaths that shouldn't happen. Especially, can you imagine Karen Reed was in jail for what, 2 days? What if she'd gotten killed?
Not even a day.
Right.
I don't think a day.
I thought she had time credit for 2 days. But whatever it was, even if it was 3 hours, what if she'd gotten killed by some crazy in jail, right? But we can all go outside. So I think that's what's getting people. That's why people are so interested in crime right now. Again, they're interested in crime. They're interested in how do we stop this kind of slaughter and all. So.
And they're not gonna say they don't want to fuck with you. The minute you go in there, they're gonna fuck with you if they want to. Like they're going to. The only people they protect in jail are the fucking pedophiles. Those are the only people they protect in jails, because they put them away separately because they don't want any of the other guys beating them up, because they know once they find out. So those are the protected people.
And they still get away to them. Remember that priest in Boston, right? Father, whatever his name was, right? They got into his cell.
You name it.
You name it, Father. You name it, right? Yeah. Father, you know. Did you go to Catholic school? Because I went to Catholic school.
Yes.
Yeah. We talked about this, and they would always, all of a sudden, you come in, and the priest that would be there would be gone because he was too close to the parishioners.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then, right. And then all of a sudden, everyone's nice to that student.
Yeah.
She graduates top of the class.
Oh,
that must be nice.
They put
What was wrong with me? How come I can't graduate?
Yeah. Oh, it's bad. Koberger, by the way, yeah, he's in solitary now, but they can't keep him in solitary forever. They're not going to keep him in solitary forever. At some point, he will come out of solitary, whether it's 5 years, 3 years, 10 years. He'll be out of solitary. All right. Right now, he is, of course, and he's going to align with the Aryan Brotherhood, because they're going to say, "Hey, this guy knows how to kill."
You have to.
Right. You have to, and he's going to pick.
You got to pick again. You have to. The four horsemen into something, to anything.
Yeah. I look at hey, talk about people that get killed in jail and get off. Whitey Bulger, the client of Hank Brennan, killed in federal prison. And usually, at least the federal prisons, it's the high profile cases you have to worry about. But Whitey Bulger killed, right? Off, so
there's no rules there.
There
really isn't. You're already in jail.
There's no rule. It's a different world. Koberger thought he was so smart, right? He was going to commit the perfect crime, and he ain't ready for what's coming. He just ain't ready for what's coming. I can tell you. We all can tell you that in clients.
Look at the card you did for today. What was the card?
The card Justice.
So that's the theme. I feel like.
Coming, right? That's the theme, and all. So. There's a lot, but I think that this week with this random stranger crime, holy shit, So that's the stuff that bothers. I have this fruit fly. There's one fruit fly here, won't go away. And I'm sorry, I may have killed a fruit fly. I may have just committed homicide. So it happens every once in a while. We go off, But I just that stuff bothers me. But it doesn't, because you got to live your life. But every time I walk Tubi the poodle who's upstairs in New York City, you have to be aware. You have to be aware of who's behind you at night when you're walking your dogs, and all things are not what they used to be, as people say. Maybe they are what they used to. Maybe it's all been there, and we're just bringing it out.
I was going to say, it could be that this is already this has been a thing. It's just now you hear about it more because there's this. We do this.
We do this, right? We do this, and we bring it to the attention, and that's why we're going to bring Stephanie to the attention, because there wasn't this in 1968, so she died. Right. She was found a year later in the woods. No one investigated it, and there you go. And she's lost, and her name is forgotten forever. And you have to.
And I do think everything done in darkness comes to light. I do think that's like what is done as above, so below kind of shit. Like whatever happens, it's gonna, whether it's now or next week or 200 years from now, it comes away. It comes out. Yeah, right. It has to. Yeah, I agree with you. I think eventually it comes out, but maybe pushing it now. Look at Menendez. Who would have thought that? Leslie, as I said, was a friend of ours. My husband actually testified in the second trial that people apparently he blew the mother's head off, and I said that was the worst fact of the case. That's a pretty bad fact. But now we're beginning to understand that if you are sexually abused by people,
you know, your filter is different. You know,
Yeah.
your filter is absolutely different. You know, and these fathers who go in and find their daughter being assaulted by these cases, assaulted by somebody, and then they get charged with murder. You know, come on. I mean, come on.
There were so many times when I was teaching at the jail, and I was like, I did like counseling groups for men in recovery from substance abuse. How often it would happen where we'd get to talking, and all of a sudden it would just come out. This happened when they were a kid, and it was always the parents, like the mother set them up for it.
The mother views the father as a meat
They
ticket.
never stood a chance.
Yeah, they never stood a chance. They view, and when I was a prosecutor, I headed the sexual abuse unit, sexual crimes unit. They viewed the mothers there. I had cases like this. Viewed the father as he couldn't have done it, and it was a meal ticket because she had nowhere to go. She couldn't believe, and also they feel like, well, if you know, I wouldn't have never let my daughter be abused, but they did. They did. Okay.
Right. And a lot of the boys too, they didn't think
the boys
they didn't count it because they can't.
Because they're boys, right?
Yeah, that's not what that is. And after like talking it out, it's like, nope, that is what that is.
It is what that is.
They realized that they were taken advantage of and in a vulnerable position and had no control, and it's fucking sad.
Yeah. I remember trying a case out of her client, and a neighbor abused her. And we won the case. Someone said I couldn't win the case because I couldn't get a theory that made the negligence responsible, and I did. And the theory was that the wife of the abuser had a duty to stop her husband, and because she knew that he was an abuser, and he ended up abusing my client, who was a young neighbor. And we won that case, and we got a huge verdict on that case. And then I'll never forget the court reporter coming to me afterwards and saying, "Linda, I want to tell you something. I was abused as a child. Thank you for bringing this case." And so there's so much around us. I see it in your chat, right? There's so many people that have been abused as kids by somebody, and now hopefully try to bring it out. But even now, still, but in the past, you just they didn't say anything. It was tough, you know. You went out.
You know what I think about, and then 2 hours. I usually do an hour and 15. 2 hours.
Sorry, we're almost past 2 hours.
I could stay here with you for 5 hours, but
we gotta go.
After this, we're gonna go. But I want to just say, because you said you see it here, and like that woman or the court reporter thanked you. When like doing things like this, I don't think it registers with us that like your ancestors from now, our great grandchildren, this whatever, will be able to watch this, and they're gonna see this in 100, 200, 300 years. If they want to know about you, they want to know about me. So this is forever,
right?
So it could be something that they hear that they're like, I just want to put out some positivity.
That's you're bringing balance, and you're bringing justice into the world. There's your theme.
That's my theme. So do you have a word for us?
Justice is the word. I mean, I think that's why I picked it. I think for you and I today, justice is the word.
Let me say thank you to you guys, and I'm not even kidding. You know, I don't bullshit you. We don't realize how lucky we are to have this wonderful human being here with us, not only hanging out with us in the Karen Reed case, but here with us on the channel. And pardon my French, Linda, please block your ears. This bitch has done it all. Okay. She has lived 1,000 lives, and she has killed every single one of them. She is the coolest person ever. Okay. Trust me. I've been on a Linda kick for like 3 days. I'm every single thing she's done, every video, this, that. You guys have no idea. We are blessed. Okay. And she is with us, and we're grateful. Thank you to everyone for hanging out with us today. Thank you for Linda for helping us feel beautiful. And
you are beautiful. Everyone is beautiful.
I've seen some no kid.
No, they're beautiful.
Everyone really is.
Except for he's not beautiful.
No, no. Well, I feel like your personality shows. It starts, even if you are a good looking person, if you're an ugly human being, that comes out. I've always thought that. Thank you so much for coming, and everyone be kind to each other over the weekend. Linda, you want to wave with me as we say bye? Any final words, or just be good?
I hope you get the Aiden Carney big interview.
Oh, he was on. He was already on.
Yeah, but I want you to do the big one in the hall.
Big one, you think?
Yeah.
You think I could do it?
I think you could. I want you to do that. That's my final word.
And